Yo, what's going on, everyone? Miles Midoriya here with a review of All American Season 6, Episode 10. This is the show's 100th episode. Time really flew by, but they did a good job on this episode. It brought back some memories from when I first watched the show with some of the flashbacks they showed off. Like, this show started in 2018. This is how long we've been watching this show. Also, what was cool to see in the episode was that great championship game. First up, we're going to talk about Spencer. He had to do some thinking in this episode. In the beginning, we saw he had a dream where Sean was talking to him. He told him to get up, shake off whatever he got going on, and then he said that line that we heard him tell Spencer before, don't he got somewhere important he gotta be. That line alone right there is a throwback, and I was surprised to see him pop up. They really bringing everyone back. I say that in almost every episode this season, but they really are. Then Spencer was at the park daydreaming. Grace showed up because Olivia told her where he was at. She gave Spencer an early gift. They were replicas of the football fields he had played on, which I thought was a good gift. Here's the funny thing. He asked her if that dirt was real, and she said it is. She's been digging up different football fields around town trying not to get arrested. Hey, at least it wasn't like when they tried to take the street sign last season. We all know how that turned out. It didn't stop there. He visited a few other places as well, one of them being South Crenshaw High, and while he was there, we see Chris. It's been a minute since we saw him. I was wondering when he was going to pop up in the show again. While they were talking, Chris let Spencer know that he was a little jealous when he moved to Beverly and that he was strong enough to put his football dreams first and try to get a better life for his family. And also to not let those dreams he's been having affect what he has going on. But this topic will be revisited again later on in the episode. That was real of Chris to admit, and he's right. He shouldn't let those dreams affect him for what he has going on. He's worked really hard up to this point. Now the next place that Spencer went to was Beverly High, where he ran into Asher. He brought up about him having the dreams to him as well, and Asher told him it could be that he's nervous about the game, and Spencer thought he wasn't nervous. Which I think is him being a little nervous. This is a championship game, but also it's his last college football game before he moves on to the NFL. They did end up calling Jordan, and we saw a flashback of when Spencer was first on the football team. Bruh, it really brought back memories from that time. Also, the characters have changed throughout the years for the better. Jordan and Asher. Jordan, we haven't seen him throw a punch this season. I mean, that's some type of progress. And Asher, we all remember how he acted back then. They did decide to play catch one last time on their home football field. Asher was going to jump in, but they knew he told Jamie no more football. They did not want to get in trouble with her. Asher did look like he wanted to join in, but that won't be the only opportunity. This is another thing we will talk about later. Eventually, Spencer went back to South Crenshaw High because he had accidentally left one of the football replicas his mom had made him. Chris was still there and he gave it to him. He told Spencer he thinks he knows why he's having those dreams. It's not just any game, it's his final college football game before the NFL, that he's not just playing the game for him, he's playing it for all of them. And he's known him for a while and how that weight could make him nervous. Spencer brought up how Asher mentioned something similar about his QB, that they are right, maybe he does have his doubts and nerves. Then he realized he's not sure if he wants to say goodbye to all the football fields he's called home. Chris let him know if it's one thing the past should have taught him is that wherever there's a football field, Spencer will find a home in it. Just then, Coop showed up and she said the same line as Sean did, which then got Spencer to realize what the dreams and Sean was saying. Sean was trying to get him to face whatever he had emotionally brewing underneath so that he could be ready for whatever the future has waiting for him. I thought it was great how throughout the episode he finally figured out what the dreams meant and him talking with his friends. It might be sad to see him leave all the football fields that he's played on before, but this changeup is just like the previous ones before. He doesn't have to forget about them, they'll always be with him. Whether it be the replicas that his mom gave him or from his memories of the times that he played on those football fields. And then him understanding what Sean meant so it wouldn't affect him while he was playing the game, because things are going to change up. Once the game is over and after everything he's been through, he can face it. And when they were getting ready to leave, I thought it was cool in that moment that they had Coop see Sean appear, even if it was for a second. It's finally game day and they going in. And remember what I said about Asher and the opportunity earlier? Well, he actually got to play in the game because some of their top receivers were out. I'm not gonna front, it was nice to see him play football again. It really seemed like the old days. He did get hit pretty hard though. I thought this dude was out at first, but he got back up. I don't know if he was knocked out for a second or he was just happy to be playing football again. Of course, Jamie was watching the game and she was worried, but once he got back up, she was all good. After the game, he did let her know that he's good with just coaching, so he won't be playing football anymore. He just wanted to play football with his friends again, and I don't blame him, especially since that was a championship game. But he is thinking about his family and enjoying being a coach. On GAU's side, Kenny is back and Mac, like always, is talking about the analytics. While Spencer is trying to tell them his plan, I thought Kenny was going to step in at first, but he didn't. He said the analytics is what got them there. Spencer tried to tell them one more time after Asher had went out there. Kenny stepped up and said they are going to listen to what Spencer has to say. There you go, Kenny. That's the Kenny we all know. And what happened? They won the game and they are champions. That wasn't the only good moment Spencer had. He had asked Olivia to move in with him. She agreed, but she had one condition. The roommate they had to move out, and you already know Spencer agreed. So their relationship is really progressing, and it was awesome to see that football game and them become the new champions. Speaking of Olivia, in this episode, she had a decision to make, and it was something that she was thinking about throughout the episode. She spoke with her mom because the publisher wanted a scandal in the book, meaning the affair that had happened. Towards the end of the episode, she told the publisher that she wasn't going to tarnish her father's legacy to sell books, and she was going to do the right thing. That is the better path she is taking for the book. Scandal may sell, but that's not the only thing Billy should be known for. All people would take away from the book is that he cheated and probably say some rude stuff about him. Instead, the people should focus on the good that he's done, him being a husband, father, a coach, friend, and more. And all the good he has done in his community, that's what people should be focusing on, not some scandal. Moving along to Jordan and Layla. Layla in this episode kinda let what Spencer and Jordan's roommate said get to her. She was wondering if her and Jordan were doing good because he wasn't talking about the wedding stuff anymore. When she heard the roommate say that, it started to affect her in the episode. Later on, she was going through some of her parents' old wedding stuff, and in it, she found a dress that her mom had wore, which then gave her the idea. She later told Olivia that she wanted to do a surprise wedding with Jordan. It was funny because the roommate overheard it, but Olivia shut that down quick and she asked her if her and Layla could talk. I was like, this woman is a little nosy, let them two talk. But after they was done talking, by the way Olivia was looking, I don't think she thinks it's a good idea. Which is why after the game, she had told Jordan to go talk to Layla. He stopped by the house to go talk to her and he saw her wearing a dress. Jordan let her know that he doesn't want the day that she becomes his wife was because she was scared or trying to prove a point of not being like her parents. He wants it to be because she knows without a doubt that she can't live another day without being his wife. She got a little bit upset with how she was overreacting and she thought the therapy wasn't working, and Jordan said it is. He told her she's slowly getting back to her old self, so they had a setback. It's a journey with no perfect roadmap. Shout out to Jordan for being there for Layla. It was a good decision for them not to get married yet. It wouldn't have been right. She has to get married when she's ready because she wouldn't want to look back or be in the middle of their marriage and not be happy. She has to keep working on herself first. Also, there are going to be ups and downs, but as long as she keeps working on herself and improving herself and realize it won't always be perfect, she will get better. When it comes to Coop in this episode, she's continuing to look for different stuff that'll help them out for the trial. Coop had found out Miko had an arrest warrant that was sealed. Laura said she wanted them to leave that alone, and we all know Coop isn't going to do that. Eventually, she found the other woman that was involved with Miko's case, and she looked similar to Patience, but she couldn't help them out because she signed the NDA. Towards the end of the episode, Coop is talking to Laura about what happened earlier, and she's still trying to use that record against Miko. Now, if Coop can find a way to use that record the right way, then that would be better, but she shouldn't be reckless because that not only affects them as lawyers, but Patience as well. Overall, I thought this was a good episode. We got to see a great championship game. Asher came back to play football. Layla's still working on herself, and Olivia made the decision that she wants to do the book her way. But I am interested to hear y'all thoughts on the episode. Comment below. What did you think about the episode?